My name is Anna. 2 years ago, my husband Max and I moved to a small village. We wanted to live in a place surrounded by nature, away from the noise of the city. Here, the air is fresh, a beautiful river flows nearby, and a dense forest stands close. The village is peaceful, and we both love it. Life feels simple, calm, and truly beautiful. We dream of starting a family soon, believing this village is perfect for raising children. After moving in, we met our neighbors, John and Lisa, a couple around our same age. Like us, they had no children yet, and we quickly became friends, spending time together. We often went on picnics by the river, explored the forest, and searched for wild mushrooms. Life in the village was simple, and everything felt perfect, just the way we had hoped. John had a job that required him to travel far away, sometimes for weeks or months. While he was gone, Lisa stayed home alone and began asking for small favors frequently. Max and I were always happy to help, fixing things or assisting her in the garden. At first, her requests seemed normal, but soon, I noticed something unusual about her behavior. Lisa started calling Max for help more often, and her tasks never seemed to end. She also began dressing differently, wearing elegant clothes and carefully styling her hair. At first, Max did not notice anything, believing he was just helping a neighbor in need. However, I saw the way Lisa looked at him, and something inside me felt deeply unsettled. Max started spending more time at Lisa's house, and I found myself anxiously waiting. Whenever I asked, he assured me he was just helping, but my heart told me otherwise. One day, I finally gathered the courage to ask Max directly about his time with Lisa. He looked surprised by my question and quickly replied, "She just needs help, that's all." I nodded, pretending to accept his answer. But deep inside, doubts grew stronger. From that moment, I started observing more closely, watching Lisa and Max interact. Whenever Max went to Lisa's house, I found reasons to visit too, just to see them. Lisa acted normal when I was around, but I saw the way she looked at Max. Her gaze wasn't friendly. It carried something deeper, something that made me uncomfortable. One evening, Max came home late again, saying he had been fixing Lisa's car. I didn't believe him, but I chose to stay silent, unsure how to express my fears. That night I couldn't sleep. I lay awake, thinking, feeling an overwhelming sense of unease. I even had dreams where Lisa was trying to take Max away from me, making me panic. A few days later, I saw them standing close, laughing, and my heart pounded with fear. I couldn't take it anymore. I walked outside and asked, "What's going on?" Lisa turned to me with a sweet smile and said, "Oh, we were just talking about the garden." I looked at Max, but he said nothing. His guilty expression only deepened my doubts. That night, I finally told Max everything I had been feeling, holding nothing back. "I don't like how Lisa behaves around you," I admitted. "And I don't like this situation." Max was silent for a moment before finally saying, "I'm sorry. I didn't realize this hurt you." His apology made me feel slightly better, but deep down my trust felt shaken. From that day, Max made an effort to avoid Lisa, no longer going to her house often. I noticed Lisa spending more time alone, no longer finding excuses to ask for help. Weeks passed, and life started feeling normal again, but I still couldn't forget everything. Even though Max had promised to keep his distance, I remained uneasy, watching carefully. I didn't want to become a wife who constantly watched her husband, but I couldn't stop. One afternoon, Lisa came to our house, carrying a cake and smiling sweetly. "Hi Anna," she greeted. "I baked this for you and Max. I hope you like it." I forced a polite smile, replying, "Thank you, Lisa," as I took the cake from her. "Is Max home?" she asked, trying to peek inside, her eyes searching for him. I hesitated for a moment before answering, "Yes, but he's busy right now." Lisa looked disappointed, but quickly forced another smile. "Oh, okay. Enjoy the cake." She waved and walked away, leaving me feeling both relieved and uneasy once again. That night, I told Max about Lisa's visit, but he only laughed and said, "She's just friendly." I wasn't so sure. Lisa's smiles and words never seemed as simple as friendliness to me. I decided to keep my distance from her, making sure she stayed away from our lives. A week later, life truly seemed to be returning to normal between Max and me. We spent more time together, worked in the garden, and enjoyed long peaceful walks. One day, while shopping in the village, I unexpectedly ran into Lisa at the market. She smiled and said, "Anna, your husband is very helpful. I don't know what I'd do without him." Her words made me uncomfortable, but I forced a smile and replied, "Yes, he's a good man." Lisa let out a small laugh. "He's more than just good, isn't he? You're lucky to have him." I didn't like the way she said that, but I chose not to argue and simply walked away. A few weeks later, John finally returned home, and I felt an immense sense of relief. With John back, Lisa stopped asking Max for help, and she no longer came around. A heavy weight lifted from my shoulders, and I could finally breathe easily again. Life in the village returned to being peaceful, just as it had been before. Max and I grew closer, spending time together and talking about our future plans. We started discussing having children again, rebuilding the dreams that once felt threatened. One evening, as we watched the sunset, I turned to Max and felt overwhelming gratitude. "I'm sorry if I ever doubted you," I said softly, finally letting go of my fears. Max looked surprised. "Doubted me? Why?" he asked, his eyes full of concern. I smiled gently. "Because I love you, and I know you would never hurt me." Max took my hand firmly. "I love you too, Anna. I would never do anything to hurt you." At that moment, I felt peace in my heart, knowing our love was stronger than anything. Lisa had been just a small part of our journey, but Max and I were building something greater. A few months later, John and Lisa moved to the city because John got a new job. After they left, the village felt peaceful again, and I finally let go of my worries. Max and I continued planning our future, excited about the life we were creating together. In the end, I learned that trust and communication are the most important things in love. No matter what challenges come our way, I know Max, and I will face them together. The end.